Okay, guys. So something funny happened when we were recording this. Uh,
Take two.
yeah, this is take two. Basically, we recorded this whole episode, and the microphone wasn't recording. And we found out that after we finished recording. So this is take two. I am so tired. My name is Leslie. If you guys didn't remember me from the first episode, and the lady next to me.
My name is Ruby Jules.
Make
and
sure the
also,
people can hear you. Actually,
My name is Ruby Jules, and I also go
come
by.
close to the mic, Julie.
I am close to the mic. My name is Ruby Jules. I also go by Julie. So, either or.
Yep. All right. Hopefully the microphones are actually recording. Julie, is the microphone recording?
I see lines, so
Okay,
I can
we
get
see
in.
lines. All right, so the microphones. You see lines. We saw lines last time, and it wasn't recording.
I see waves of sound. That's
Okay,
why.
there. That's good. Sound waves. All right. Today we will be talking about a murder that you guys wanted to hear. Uh, I said that we will be talking about a serial killer that is not well known to the American public. It's not a famous serial killer, but I left some hints and people cannot guess who it is. So today we will be talking about the serial killer, the Black Doodler.
The back doodler.
The Black Doodler, aka the Doodler, aka in my head the artist killer.
I'm sorry, that's the basic nickname, the artist killer. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the artist killer. No, I like the Black Doodler because it's funny because it reminds me of SpongeBob when SpongeBob created a new when he used his pencil, right, and then he draw like a doodler or whatever, a mini him, and then he just started attacking him and Patrick like the army, army.
Anyways, okay, yeah, we're gonna talk about him. This serial killer was kind of hard to do because I couldn't find any suspects for him. They described the suspect, but I couldn't find any suspects for him. Anyway, yeah, let's get to it. This serial killer started serial killing. I don't know, in January of 1974. His crime spree ended in September 1975. He targeted gay male models, and according to my research, there was 6 to 14 victims. We're only gonna cover 5 of his victims. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it, guys. This is the True Crime Podcast, take 2 of episode 2. Hopefully, this will be uploaded either by tonight or tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow. Most likely.
Not even tomorrow, but
Most like if not tomorrow, then Wednesday.
the following within the week.
Yeah, sometime in the week.
So,
Anyways.
hold on. We're actually gonna name the podcast.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. I mentioned this in the first recording that wasn't recording our audio. We're gonna call this Crime with Fam because we might have other
True Crime with the Fam.
True Crime with the Fam because we might have other special guest members on the show, which includes our family.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into it. First victim, his name is Gerald Kavanaugh. Not Brett Kavanaugh, Gerald Kavanaugh. Not much was known about him. March 2nd, 1923, he was born and he worked in a mattress factory. That's all the research I got about him. He was just the first victim of the Doodler. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. The reason why he was called the Black Doodler is because every time before he killed his victims, he would draw like mini caricatures he would draw them in caricatures form or cartoon form of him, and then he would leave those drawings next to their dead bodies, and police never revealed those drawings, so we don't know how those drawings looked at. We don't know if they're good or bad.
Most likely, it might be graphic. What if it's in a dark web? But I'm never going to dark web. That thing scares me.
You would never go into dark web, Julie.
Yeah, I would not.
Yeah. All right. The next victim of the Doodler was Joseph Stevens, who goes by the nickname of Jay, which is spelled Jae.
Quick question: was he gay?
I mean, he was a drag queen.
I mean, you can't really judge people just because they do drag queen doesn't mean they are gay. They might be bisexual because sexuality is a spectrum. But yeah,
Yeah, so he was discovered on June 25th, 1974. He was 27 years old. Like I said, he was a drag queen and comedian. And what's interesting about this murder was that police possibly believe that Jay possibly drove himself and the killer to a lake called Spreckles Lake, which was where he was found and murdered.
hold up. He drove there.
Yeah, he drove. He drove the murderer to the place where he's gonna die. Basically.
Attention, all listeners. All listeners. No matter how, I'm gonna keep this PG. Your drive is at. Be cautious on who you're meeting up with.
Be cautious who you let in your car.
Yes, and be cautious who you meet up with too, and always let people know your location, everything. Always know stuff like that.
Yeah, even she. Let me tell you something, guys. My sister takes Lyft home. Okay, she was working today. She didn't have a car. Her car's getting fixed, so she took a Lyft home. And here's the funny thing about it. I have wrestling practice. She knows I have wrestling practice. She sent a picture of her Lyft driver to me, knowing I'm not gonna see it until like 5 o'clock after wrestling practice. She knows I'm not gonna see that, so like I don't know why she sent it to me. Anyways,
Okay, next time I send to my other sister. By the way, shout out to y'all. Thank you for the advice. Thank you for the criticism, and I hope this like kind of improves within this episode.
anyways, let's see where are we? Okay, next victim is Klaus A. Christman.
This is a sad name because let me see. When is Christmas? I know Christmas is around the corner.
Christmas is in 13 days.
13 days, and you
Christmas is in 13 days.
and you talking about Klaus? Like did he kill Santa Claus? So what's the kids going to do with all the gifts? That's in the North Pole.
Oh, that's mine now. Oh shit! Oh shit!
What?
Holy fuck!
Mom's gonna kill us.
What the hell just happened?
Yo, Mom's gonna kill me.
Julia, I just wanted to let you know I'm not stopping the recording here. We're gonna keep going. For those of you guys who just didn't know, a glass just fell. Yeah, I'm not stopping the recording. I'm gonna keep going.
I'm gonna keep going too.
I'm tired, man. I'm gonna keep going.
Besides, my mom doesn't listen to this, so.
Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, Klaus A. Christman. He was 31 years old. He was discovered on July 7th, 1974, almost a month after, about a couple weeks after Jay. He was a German national. He was an employee of Michelin. I don't know. He was last seen alive at Bojangles, and he has a wife and 2 kids. His murder probably was the graphic one. He was found at the foot of Lincoln's Way by a beach, and he was found by Tabble Wise, who was walking her dog at the time and discovered the body. Tabble Wise, who is now 88 years old. I don't know. There was no interview from her, so I can't say anything about it. He was stabbed 15 times and slashed in 3 different parts. And it was so gory that Inspector David Toshi, I guess that's how you pronounce it, said, he described the murder as, quote, one of the most vicious stabbings he has ever seen, end quote.
I'm sorry. Now I realize I know what I had to give Mom for Christmas. So I'm just thinking about that.
Yeah. What you dropped?
I didn't drop nothing. You see, I didn't do nothing. It just fell.
So that's not your fault.
She's gonna blame on me anyways. Let's go.
Next victim, 32-year-old Frederick Elmer Kaplan. This was a year after. So he was discovered on May 12, 1975. He was a medical corpsman in the Navy. His cause of death was stab wounds to the aorta and heart. He was found by a hiker behind a sand dune, and it was been determined that he was dragged there 20 feet to the sand dune.
So would you say he died of a broken heart?
No, I said he died of a stab wound to the heart.
But technically, that person stabbed him, so he caused it to be broken.
But it was stabbed.
Okay, anyways, let's get into it.
The last victim of the Doodler's rampage is 66-year-old Harold Goldberg, and I think if for those of you who have been listening, Harold Goldberg has been the oldest victim of the Doodler. Uh, he was discovered on June 4th, 1975. He was a Swedish sailor, and he became a U.S. citizen on August 15, 1955. And so the disgusting part about his body is when he was found is that he was slashed across the neck, and his pants were unzipped, and that he was wearing no underwear. So
I mean,
he was not only that, but he was dead for 2 weeks. There was maggots and larvae just eating his face up for 2 weeks. The thing is, he was found on a Lincoln Park golf course. So I don't know how can he just stay there for 2 weeks and you know. But yeah. Uh, so like I said, there wasn't many suspects. Um, it's just that they described him as a black male, 19 to 22 years old. He was 5'10" to 6 feet tall. He was slim. He wore a navy type watch cap, and possibly he could have been an art student because, you know,
hmm
because of his drawings. Like I said, we don't know if his drawings were good or bad because police never revealed it.
what if it was just stick figures? I'm sorry.
Okay. He had sexual identification problems, and
I mean, that's what tends to happen. Like,
a quote from before he continued. A quote from the killer was, "All you guys are alike," which I'm guessing he means by like all of them are gay. So, there was actually 3 witnesses to the killer. There was one. He was a diplomat. He went to a restaurant for a midnight snack, and the suspect asked him, "Hey, you have any cocaine on you?" So they went back to the apartment, and then the suspect stabbed the diplomat 6 times. Diplomat survived, fortunately.
but here's the question.
The thing is that don't make sense is why you go to a restaurant for a midnight snack.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. What type of snack are you having? Because snacks can be used different ways. Like, a person, like, let me get some midnight snack. Let me hit this person up. But yeah, and second of
Like,
all,
mommy, you look like a whole snack, baby.
what you doing at midnight?
I don't know.
Because I want some midnight snack.
But there was many more witnesses, but they didn't came forward to the police because they were just scared of revealing to the public that they were gay. So I don't blame them, to be honest.
Yeah, I understand that time it wasn't like how it is today. And also, second of all, why would you ask a diplomat for cocaine?
What diplomat has cocaine?
Yes, I thought the diplomat's supposed to be like an authoritative figure who's like like he's trying to. I'm not saying that.
Anyways,
he's innocent, or but like, why would he have drugs? And correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong, but still.
Anyways, one man was taken into custody. He entered a Tenderloin bar and offered to draw patrons. And when he was taken into custody, he was found to have a butcher knife in his pocket, which kind of connect the lines to the Doodler. And shut up, Julie. And police questioned the suspect for a whole year in July 1977. He talked freely but denied the killings. So
how you talk freely though, Junior?
He talked freely.
Cause like
I really only have one theory about who could it be, and my only theory is the Zodiac Killer.
I'm sorry.
Now a little bit background information: the Zodiac Killer was a killer in California. The Black Doodler is also a killer from California. The Zodiac Killer ended in 1974, the same time the Doodler started his murder spree. So I'm not. It could be the Zodiac, but like under a different name. That's what I think. That's the only theory I can think of.
But it doesn't make sense because, like, it says that there was a black guy. The Zodiac Killer was preferably but to be perceived as white, and also, second of all, the Zodiac Killer, his way of killing people was by the gun. This guy was using a knife.
There was this one time the Zodiac Killer killed a couple by knife.
Yes, see, a couple. 2, he likes to shoot people at the same time when they're out together or something. Maybe he was very lonely. I said, ugh, I can't stand people together. Oh, because, like, think about it.
Yeah, me too. That's me too.
You're just lonely and jealous.
I am lonely as fuck, guys. They
don't need to know that. Like that's the second. That's the second time.
I'm just kidding.
You're not kidding. Anyways, but this person like to seek the victims by themselves, and like you said before, the person has what's it called? Like sexual problems. It makes sense though because those tend to have sexual problems. Target people like that. Remember,
Yeah, he did have sexual identification problems.
you saw that with Jeffrey Dahmer too. You remember? And another thing too, because you never know. And I studied psychology for 4 years, so I'm not saying I know everything. I'm just saying what I learned or what I learned in therapy because I was spending therapy. So there's a triangle when it comes to your emotions and thoughts, your emotions, your thoughts, and your action. And then if you feel ashamed about your sexuality, maybe you project to people and you think, oh, man, I shouldn't do this or I should kill. And then afterwards, instead of killing yourself or harming yourself, you harm other people. So I don't know about that. And another thing too, you never know that this person may experience something in the past that traumatized them, and instead of healing, they just target people that reminds them of that trauma. But at the same time, I don't know, cause like you said, right? He target like white men.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause to the psychologist right now. Let's go, guys. Everybody.
I'm not the psychologist.
Round of applause. Round of applause to the goddamn psychologist.
Junior.
The best psychologist in the world, guys. Julie, we love you all. Thank you for this episode.
I only studied psychology for 4 years.
We don't care.
I'm not a psychologist.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's a psychologist.
I'm not.
All right. That's the end of the episode. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening. Next week's case, guess what? I'm picking it, not you guys. Sucks. I know.
I mean, they don't care, but we appreciate you doing the polls and stuff like that.
Yeah. This case, I'm really fascinated about this case. Let's just say that you want to break out of prison. I think you're gonna like this case. If you like Prison Breaks, you're gonna like this upcoming case.
If you like the show Prison Break too.
Yeah, I Julie knows what case I'm talking about.
I think I do. I'm not too sure right now.
Yeah, I'll probably talk to her after this recording. But yeah, next episode, Prison Break. And that's all I have to say. Anything you want to say, Julie?
Thank you for listening.
Thanks, guys.
And also, once again, shout out to my sisters, Rochelle and Sabina. You gave us criticism, and now we use it too. You guys are the best.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
See ya. Deuces.
Peace. Bye.